How's it going today, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thanks for sticking around. And if you haven't yet already, go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you stay tuned with all our new videos. Today, we are talking first aid. Exciting, huh? Alright, so like I said, today we're talking first aid. I am by no means an expert when it comes to first aid. I'm pretty much the complete opposite. I do have some family members that are in the field, but it's a super important thing, and I feel like everybody should do a little bit of research on it just so that you're prepared in the worst case scenario, whether it's from something, you know, pretty bad or just general, you know, boo-boo type stuff where just you kind of got a headache or whatever. We're going to go over a few of those different options today. Pretty much just tell you what I do in certain situations and what I carry in certain situations, whether, you know, I'm going camping or hiking or, you know, just a first aid kit for the vehicle, to just general little boo-boo stuff, you know, depending on what I'm doing. So I got a couple different little things here, and it's going to range from just kind of boo-boo stuff to worst case scenario stuff. So let's get on the tabletop and see what we're working with. Alright, so like I said, just going to do a few different things here just in my shop today. It's pretty darn hot, so I thought I'd shoot this in here today. So when it comes to first aid, like I said, I'm by no means an expert when it comes to this. I do have some family members in the field, and you know, it's just from what I've heard and from what I've learned through the past, it's just better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Everybody's heard that. So you can pretty much get a standard first aid kit pretty much anywhere nowadays, and I recommend that pretty much everybody should have some first aid or medical kit in some shape or form. So in my house, you know, the standard medicine cabinet, we have that, and it's just loaded. I also have a big like tackle box type toolbox downstairs that has a lot of heavy trauma type stuff. But today we're going to be talking about pretty much portable kits, something for your bag if you're going out to the range or shooting, if you're playing with knives like a lot of us do, camping, hiking, you know, vehicle kits, stuff like that. So I have a couple small kits also, like pocket kits that usually, you know, it's got like a, you know, your band-aid, stuff like that, a couple bandages for more heavy trauma, not necessarily like you're bleeding out, but just for example, I don't know if you can see that, but I about cut my thumb off about a year ago, and luckily I had a good first aid kit. Had one in my car, had one in my shop, had one in my house. And literally what happened, it happened in my shop. I grabbed what I had in here, went to my car, grabbed these quick clot type sponges. I have a couple that I'll show you, and then went inside for, you know, the gauze treatment, packed the wound. Ended up having to have surgery on it, lacerated my tendons, things like that. But it was a good thing that I had everything that I did. So this will bring me to the first one. You can buy these online. I got these from lapolicegear.com, and what this is a pocket trauma kit. So this is, it doesn't say exactly what's in it, and I haven't torn this one open, but if it's similar to the other ones, you know, there's some medical ones and some military ones, different kinds. But like I said, this is for pretty much trauma, so a lot of bleeding, things like that. This is something that I pretty much throw in a random, like store-bought first aid kits. Or if I have like something like this that you can buy, it comes in a pack. This one's old, I've had it for a long time, and pretty much all the contents inside have been swapped out for stuff that I've put in here. But like if I'm gonna grab this, I'll throw this inside of it just so that I have it. This is mainly for boo-boos, but this for trauma, this is something awesome to have, you know, if you are, you know, shooting guns or playing with big, you know, sharpened hunks of steel, or in your car. A lot of people don't think they'll have like band-aids and ibuprofen in their car, but you know, how many accidents are there a year? How many deaths by accidents are there a year? And something like this could potentially save somebody's life. It's probably got a tourniquet in it, some sort of bandage, some sort of quick clot stuff to stop, and it really does stop any sort of heavy bleeding. Next up here is, like I said, this is kind of your boo-boo kit. The contents, I'm not going to go through everything in these, but this is something, like I said, it's got these mesh pockets on here that you can really load it out. You know, cold press, bandages, aspirin, tweezers, things like that, band-aids, neosporin, burn cream, so on and so forth, a bunch of other stuff. And then that, with this, makes a pretty good kit to throw in the glove box or in your bag. And then to the little bit more advanced ones here, this is one that I pretty much custom built from the ground up, and this is my do-all worst case scenario. So usually this is like if we're going camping or something like that, I'll have smaller smaller things like this in my bag or around us, and then I will have something more heavy duty like this actually in my vehicle if it's actually not attached to my bag. This one here does have rip away hook and loop here, the Velcro. So the other main section of this is actually MOLLE compatible, so it attaches to most packs. And then it's just like a rip away design. I'm not sure what brand this is either. You can find stuff like this online pretty darn cheap. But if you rip this open, obviously too, it's always good to have bright red or a cross, so if it's not you, people can easily identify it. But let's get you down a little closer and I'll show you what we're working with. Alright, so as you can see here, kind of the size different. This one could literally fit in my pocket. This one's, I'd say, mid-size. And this is what I would consider more of an actual first aid, emergency, medical kit, whatever you want to say. A lot of times I will have this, like I said, either camping, going shooting, you know, even like I said, even if I'm doing overnights and stuff, this is usually there. So let's go ahead and tear this open. So you just pull back the Velcro here and unzip it. And this is actually the ones that you can just rip open, which is kind of nice. And as you can see here, there's a lot going on. I think this whole case cost me maybe like 12 bucks online. In this mesh pocket here, this is pretty much my boo-boo kit. Band-aids, ibuprofen, aspirin, cortisone, burn cream, neosporin, so on and so forth. This one here, just a couple different things. Got some quick stop, some hand sanitizer, some cold press, things like that. And then we get over to this section here, and this is really when stuff is not good, when shit hits the fan, so to speak. So in here, if I open up this, I actually have an Israeli bandage. This is another quick clot trauma pack kit. It's got everything in there. Goes along with some sterile gloves, and this one here is another tourniquet with the directions in case if it's me or anybody else. It's got some directions on how to use these things, some sutures, some more gauze. Down inside here, suture, another suture kit, removal kit, scalpel. Like I said, this is in case, you know, just so happens there's a doctor nearby, or if somebody does know what they're doing, I have the stuff. Alright, so there you have it. Those are just a couple of my first aids that I normally carry around. I am very interested on what you guys have to say. Feel free to leave them down in the comments, whether you have some good ideas or if you're actually a certified professional that can actually give some good quality advice to people. So feel free to leave a comment down below, get a discussion going, and I encourage anybody else that makes videos to show us what you're making. So this is kind of a follow-up to Really Big Monkey 1's Dave's channel over there. So I saw that, I thought it was a great idea. Love to see a lot of other people's videos on what they carry, you know, out in the woods or just every day. So like I said, if this is something you like, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe down below and get those comments going. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. It's getting a little warm in these rhinos. Blah 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 blah. Warm.